known him now for about a year, and I'm so happy that you came to join us here. So welcome. I got the clock going too, Beau.
All right, so what I'd like everybody to do first, I like to get the energy going. I'm a high energy guy. I'm still an active duty Marine. Please repeat after me on the count of 3, I am purpose, as loud as you can. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. I am purpose. You see, that's how I feel when I wake up every morning and my feet hit the ground. I'll tell you why. At a very young age, I learned what my purpose was through some very hard circumstances. When I was just 13 years old, one of my parents had gone to prison, and the other one had totally and completely abandoned me. So I was a very angry young man, and I had a whole lot of resentment. And those negative feelings cemented a lot of negative energy inside of me, and I used those feelings as an excuse to go get involved in drugs and violence and alcohol, and it landed me in jail. So check this out. Me, 20 years old, having a choice dangled in front of me. Hey, you can go to prison, which everybody's like, no, you wouldn't make it in prison. Or hey, you can go to the military, well, you're too soft for the military. So I went to the United States Marine Corps, and after 9 years in the Marine Corps and 4 combat deployments, I'm standing in front of you saying, hey, I kind of changed all that around. I'll tell you how I did it. See, I had a deep passion of helping kids who had gone through a very similar circumstance as me. So on my 4th deployment, I was in Iraq. I was sitting in Baghdad, and I reached out to a community organization. I said, look, I want to volunteer and give back. I want to help kids. So I sent this long email, poured my heart and soul into it. I was even crying when I sent this email out. I got an email back. Yes, come have an interview. I was like, okay, awesome. Well, I'm an intel guy. I've done operations. I like to plan before I get into a situation. So what I did is I wrote down 10 things that I love to do. Not 10 things that I thought I was good at, and I'll get into that in a minute. This is a big, important lesson. 10 things I love to do. So I love to read and write. I love to communicate. I love getting in front of people. I love being a leader. I love solving problems in an active setting. I like physically moving my body to change the world. I like collaborating. So it's like, okay, those are things that I love to do. Now, what kind of kid can I help? What's the best kid suited for the skills that I have? So I started to write it down, and before I wrote it down, I had a flashback when I was 13 years old. The cops had just raided my home, turned it upside down, and I was living with my aunt and uncle in a bed I'd never slept in before, and I was crying. And right then and there, I knew what my purpose was and what my why was. I said, I don't want kids, maybe, not to cry as much as I cried, and allow those feelings to make me go towards a really bad life of drugs and violence. Maybe I can just help a kid stay away from those by doing what I love most. So I had it. I flew back, I went to the States, I called my brother, I was like, hey, I have a good idea, I'm going to volunteer for a little while, I'm going to game plan, I'll get back to you. Well, 8 months into this thing and helping this organization, I wrote the entire curriculum for the first year by bringing business owners to children and allowing them to change their lives through entrepreneurs and through people who've been through similar circumstances. So I had another choice to make. Do I create something on my own, or do I make an existing structure better? And I was like, you know what, my purpose and my why is big enough now. I think I can go do this. So I called my brother Shane up. I said, hey bro, check this out. What do you think of Fit for Truth? He's like, that's great. What is it? I'm like, it's our business that we're going to start. We're going to fit children for a new truth in their life. We're going to divert them from negative behavior to constructive behavior by bringing people to them. And that's what we did. And so I'm getting back to the main point though. It started with love. My passion and my purpose is love. 10 things that I love doing, I sit down and built a business model around love. The things that I love to do, that I knew I was good at. And once I did that, the world has completely and totally opened up for me. I started out doing workshops in foster homes, in the back of foster homes in the inner city, teaching kids how to communicate, teaching kids how to work together, how to get through the challenges that they're facing, that maybe when they go to sleep and they say, that was a good day. I learned something that could keep me away from my negative emotions. See, in just a short year, by putting love in every aspect of the business, and our sales team, and our marketing team, and the volunteers that you come into contact with, and the camera guy that I have here, by meeting Andy, and having all these great people in my life, and trying to give back, it's exploded. Again, we went from one foster home to now we just had a regional foster care retreat with 80 foster kids from across the state. Can we get a round of applause for that? I'm using love in a format of Fit for Truth to make sizable difference that you could see. See, my mind frame when I started this model was, I stopped from saying I don't have enough, which I didn't have a dime when I started it, that I was going to put into it. I stopped from saying I don't have enough, I have everything I need. The social construct and how society is built, my total idea changed around that. We started leveraging things. People came into my life that helped me. Big organizations have donated and helped me out. And now my truth, my purpose, is now spread across a lot of people. And you can see how the power of love happens. And here's a secret that a lot of people don't talk about. Is your love is unlimited and your passion is unlimited. And here's why. How many of us wake up every morning and love our children, and we go to bed, we love our children, and we wake up and we love our family members, it doesn't go away? The reason why it's precious is because we can divert it. And sometimes we don't use it and focus it the way that we want. And that's the power of love. It's precious because it's unlimited, and it's precious because it's easily wasted. See, I learned all of these things, and since then, I've really been on a roller coaster ride of really being able to open myself up. And the more I opened myself up and broke down the barriers in myself and became an accelerator for me, I became an accelerator for others. And that right there is a cyclic cycle that just continues, and I dare not try to stop. So I just want to tell everybody I'm right here at my time. I want to tell you thank you very much. And can we all repeat after me a little bit louder this time? I am purpose. 1, 2, 3.
I am purpose.
Thank you so much.